I'm going to quickly go over our agenda for today. And then I'm going to turn it over to Linda because she's going to tell us about our family whiteboard from last week. I'll briefly go over what we did. And then I've got a story. I have the review of year 1942 from Millie's perspective and also from Dottie's perspective. Let me just pull this up. Oh, yeah, there we go. It's a big one. Bring to front. Okay, yeah, this is last week's. So we had a lot to talk about last week. We remember two people. Hans Franz Nagli, he goes back to about 1600 from memory. And then we also remember the Pillets, Charles and Laura Pillet, who were the parents of Sister Mary Catherine Pillet from Villa Maria. Oh, I want to say something about, I read a story about Barbie and her baptism and her first car ride. And I said that it was the Ford Model 11A, 1941. Turns out they sold that car before he went into the service. So he'd gotten out of the service, and I guess he'd only been home for a week or two before Barbie was born, and they didn't have a car. So I'm going to guess that they rode with somebody. I'm thinking that since Harold and Marge Stockert were the sponsors, that they probably rode with them, but I don't know for sure. Anyway, I just want to make that correction. Yeah, so we had a story about Hans Franz Nagli. I read it. Charles and Laura Pillet. I think I just referred you to a Facebook post. Oh yeah, I read the story about Johannes Nagli's voyage from France on the SS La Bretagne. He departed on January 3rd. So what is today? Yeah, he's back. January 12th. I'm going to read the story about the year in review, 1942. It won't take that long. Let me just read it. Here's the story. Year 1942 in review. Millie's 1942. Millie Siegfried and Bob Nagli tied the knot on February 10th, 1942, after a lovely wedding shower on January 17th, 1942. They spent their honeymoon in Canada, visiting Niagara Falls and Hamilton, Ontario, on March 20 to 27th, 1942. Dorothy tagged along. Millie began crafting her scrapbook, documenting Bob's preparations for the military and their life together. Summer days were filled with sunshine at Lake Gable, June 30th, 1942, and Euclid Beach Park, July 9th, 1942, making memories with friends like Chuck and Velma Cirque. As Bob prepared to ship out, Millie's emotions swirled: pride, worry, and love. Bob enlisted in the Navy in October 1942 and was assigned to the Pegasus ship with a muster date of November 25th, 1942, for a tour in the Caribbean. Dottie's 1942. Dottie visited her brother Paul at Jesuit College in West Baden, Indiana on August 19th, 1942, exploring the beautiful surroundings and preparing for her own spiritual journey into the convent. She was salutatorian in the class of 1942 at Montgomery Academy in Canton, Ohio, and celebrated May Day on May 24th of that year with her mom's handmade gown. She entered the Sisters of the Humility of Mary at Villa Maria Convent on September 8th, 1942. Throughout the year, both sisters navigated the challenges and joys of life during World War II, holding on to love, family, and faith.